I feel like I do always say that though. I'm like, do you have anything that is
Super
off the
secret.
record? Like anything secret to tell me as if
Like I
we
like
haven't been communicating continuously the entire time we've known each other.
as if I didn't wake up at immediately from a dream and start recording for you. Like literally, like my eyes were still closed. I was like, okay, I just need to tell you on this dream that has happened. And I wanted to type it, but if you look in our shared note, you'll see a partial dream. Did you see this? I'm
I
gonna
haven't seen it yet. When
I'm
did
gonna
you
read
do
it to
it?
you really quick because it's I actually when I fully woke up, which LOL, have I fully woken up? I have no fucking idea. Um, but I was like, let me see, because I woke up at like I had two big dreams last night, and so one of them I tried to jot down in our shared note,
Okay.
and I literally fell asleep while doing that.
Oh my God.
So this is what it says. Um, dreamt that I was with some random people. we had to, we had to. This is where I mean the typos in this are unbelievable. We had to propose different ways to Shriver a goal at some collective event. The next day, we woke up magically in the woods and have to figure out how to get to another place or something. I realize I am there with someone who proposed the woods, but is now terrified. I start I start on my way because somehow dude, I think I meant do here, due to living in Nashville, I knew where I was going. There is a river. One side is, that's the end.
End of note. What? Okay.
Fully felt, and you know what? I when I woke up from that dream at like I don't know like 3 a.m. I was like, oh my god, I have to tell AJ. So I'm like, right, I'm like, don't forget. Literally, I'm like, don't forget. Right, right, hurry, right, faster. Don't forget. And then I fell asleep. And that's why the next time I woke up at 6 a.m. from a dream, I was like, I'm just gonna record it. I just had this dream.
Folks, this is a peek for you inside of a friendship between two people who are both highly creative and ascribe meaning to everything and deeply mentally ill. And this is the result. This is what you get is
Oh my god.
shared stream of consciousness dream reflections in an Apple Note. Love
The
it.
the one that I sent you, the voice the voice memo, because I did have presence of mind to be like, don't just send a voice note yet. Record it on your phone and then send it at a reasonable hour. So I recorded it on my phone. What I sent you is like 10 minutes and 30 seconds long. So I laid there with my eyes closed. And then, and honestly, right now, I would have to listen to it to tell you what the fuck I said. I have zero idea.
Oh, you
Zero
gotta
idea.
listen, you gotta go listen back because it is a masterpiece. It was like, wow, okay. Like it really was.
I do remember thinking that's a profound dream. It's got to mean something, but
Do you remember what the dream was?
none at all.
Are you serious? Do you I mean there's nothing
I
in
want to
it
hear your retelling. I want to hear what you.
amazing. Okay, here we go. This is my retelling. So first of all, by the way, there's when the note begins, you're explaining kind of like what you're doing, and you're like, I am so tired that my eyes aren't even open. I'm recording this with my eyes closed. And it's very quiet. I mean, it is like you're speaking very softly into the phone. And in the dream, you lived in Indianapolis,
Oh wait, okay, I do remember this. Let's go ahead. Tell the
and
people, the 19 need to know.
you were at an emo night show, and you found yourself thinking, I have the money, I should just go to New York. Like I should be in New York right now. So you hopped on a flight to New York City where you arrived the next morning and you were trying to figure out what to do, but you said you were going to try to meet up with me, but I was attending to a kid thing and you didn't want to be intrusive, which you acknowledged as you in your retelling, you acknowledged that's silly, like as if I wouldn't roll up and be like, "Hey, where are you? Are you doing drop off? I'll meet up with you." But you didn't want to inconvenience me in the dream. And then you were walking somewhere and you cut through an apartment building, which turned into you doing an apartment viewing. And then you were viewing apartments. And then other figures from your time in New York arrived, and so did I. But you described me as being, well, you said you were very sus of me.
You were. I do remember this.
Um,
You were like, it was like you were looking at me for the first time, like, uh-oh, this might be too much.
oh, oh no. Well, because you then began looking at apartments and it was seeming as though you were considering moving here. And then in the dream, I was rational and reasonable, which,
Yes.
by the way, probably, I don't know. My idealized self, I think, would have the reaction that I had in your dream, which
Right.
was,
Yep.
"Hey, like what? Okay, what's the plan? Like, are you sure? Like, you want to move? You want to move here? Didn't you
Right.
just move away? Like,
Yeah.
what?"
Hmm.
And the other person was like, "Oh, cool, awesome, you're moving here." And I do think I would be a blend of both. I think, of
Yeah.
course, I would be excited that you would be here, and I would be like, "Hey, buddy, what's happening?"
You
Um,
very much were in like, um, given the manner in which I had come to New York in that dream scenario, and then me being like, yeah, yeah, sure, I guess I'm just gonna move here now. I like this apartment, whatever. And you very much were doing the like mental health first aid crisis intervention energy of like, we're not gonna activate this person any further. We're gonna try to de-escalate the situation.
it's like when somebody like they say with people with dementia, like it's like not obviously not helpful and very activating to tell people like, no, that person died 6 years ago, or like, oh,
Right,
that's not
exactly.
real.
Exactly.
Instead, you just kind of you go along with it a little bit to some
Yeah.
extent if it helps keep them okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, buddy. You're
Exactly.
so you feel that you're gonna move here now. Okay. That's amazing. Yeah, no, I quite enjoyed the retelling of the
It was also interesting. So, I mean, look, part of it really was like revisiting a version of me that I haven't been or I haven't activated in a while, which is a bit chaotic and random in the sense of like taking a random trip out of nowhere, not outside of the realm of reason for me,
yeah.
and historically very much not. Not having a plan and just being like, oh, I'll just stay up all night. Also part of it. Because that was the other thing. I do remember being like, wait, it's morning. No, it's night. Like, do I need to find a place then? No, that's okay. And then literally walking into someone's apartment without permission. And in the dream being like I'm so fear driven that there's no way in hell I would do that. But like in the dream, I was just like, yeah, okay. And then when the broker came in with other people who were going to view it, I was like, yeah, I'm just here viewing it too. That someone let me in. That's why I'm here early. And which that is fairly reasonable given that like when I people were coming to see my apartment when I was moving out and they would come without a broker and I just let them in and
Yeah.
but I don't know. And but the apartment was amazing and I thought of your other best friend that I was like maybe we could live together.
It's amazing. The cast of characters in this dream was really strong and really
it,
strong.
it was wild.
Listen,
It was wild. I
let the
had a
record show I am in support of you someday living in Brooklyn again. I am. I don't want anyone to misconstrue
thank you.
that,
I am too.
okay? But maybe in a different way. Also,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Also, I mean, the other big question there was like, well, where's Tony and Rocky? Like, who's looking after them? Now, granted, again, in this dream, I'm living in Indianapolis, which I know that that came up because I was just in meetings all week with people from all over the country, including a couple people from Indianapolis,
Mm.
who were delightful. And they were
Sure.
talking about, it was so nice because they were like, honestly, kind of like you with downstate Illinois. When I met you and you're like, I love it there. And I was like, I am like thrown by hearing that. And when these people were like, we love Indianapolis, I was like, because I am, and it's been like a weird, like, you know, psychological journey I've been on of figuring out like the guilt and shame of leaving a place
Yep.
and all of that.
Yep.
But everywhere I've gone in my life, it's been doubled down that I am from a shitty place. Like our, and I mean, it, like our whole
I sure
lives,
do.
like, and like Indiana is it's one of these states that everyone loves to hate, and
Absolutely. Yeah.
Indianapolis is one of the cities that, especially people in other cities, love to be like, it's not even a city. What are you talking
It's
about?
not a real
It's not
city.
a real city. It's not, which there's like a lot of people who live there, y'all. Like it's a real place. I don't know what to tell you. Real humans live there and live real lives. But
Most of the people who have these opinions, by the way, have never actually been to these places.
or
Many of them.
they've gone for a conference, or they've stayed in a
Sure.
suburban motel and they're like, oh, Indianapolis is the worst. And I'm like, yeah, suburbs suck. We get that. But like, it's like,
Yep.
anyway, um and also that cities are different. I think that's something that as the like older I get, the more I'm just like, everyone wants every city to be New York or like San Francisco. I think those are
Yeah.
the two that when people go to them, they're so charmed and overwhelmed by how like you are in it.
Yeah.
San
Yeah.
Francisco less so now, but back in the day.
Yeah.
And now and so every city you go to, you're like, well, it's not New York, it's not San Francisco, it's not LA, and it's like accurate. It is none
Yeah.
of those
Correct.
things. But anyway, so I think Indianapolis popped up because I just talked to these amazing people who are like just both like I mean, you could see how passionate they were about their city, and I loved seeing it. And then like one of them was like just and then at the end was just like, I mean, I don't know, I love Indianapolis. And I was like, I love you. Like
Oh, that's
I
amazing.
know. Ugh. And
So
like
it makes sense. That makes a lot of sense then
yes,
that popped up in your dream.
exactly. And it was also interesting to be in a room where um I think pretty intentionally Chicago is the only large city represented.
Okay.
Like there's no New York, there's no LA, there's no Bay Area. I don't think California was there at all, actually. No, that's not true. There's Fresno. But like these smaller communities and smaller cities were represented. I mean, one of the towns represented was an 800 person town
Whoa.
yeah, in Minnesota. I mean, like tiny and not close to Minneapolis, like up at the tippy top. And I was like, I, it was really lovely to be like connecting with folks who really love where they're from. And I like it felt honestly in part it was like a support group for exactly that like leaving mentality. There was
Yeah.
a person from West Virginia who was like, I'm from a place that I'm told I'm supposed to leave. And she was like, I love West Virginia and I love helping people love it too and see that they can stay there. Now she was like, we need investment and we need people to give a shit so that
Yeah.
there's reason to stay and all of that. But like anyway, it was really lovely. I'm feeling very grateful that I got to meet all those folks who are just as intense as I am. It was like a room full of very intense people in a way that I really resonate with.
Why?
Yeah, hard to tell.
Weird.
Maybe that's why I'm tired though, because being in a room full of myself is ah,
Well,
help.
and it's like it for me, I don't know about you, but often when I'm in a space like that, I it makes me just like need to turn it up because I feel like I have to be the most that, you know?
I
I
mean, I think so. I think for me, it was like, um, it was a weird situation because like, So I'm in this room full of there's like 50-ish people, all that I'm describing, right? Very intense in their care, right? They give a lot of shits about everything. And
Uh-huh.
they are thanklessly working hard for it.
Yep.
um and uh they so that's who's there, but we are in DC, and we are in a specifically highly um sterile academic corporate vibe space,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Um, hearing speakers from like the New York Times and blah blah blah. And it's like, great, but like so there's like this, the energy is interesting, I would say, right? The
Okay.
interest is
Yeah.
interesting. And so I think um my energy then was like feeling really grateful for the people sitting at the tables with me, um but feeling a bit confrontational to the people at the front of the room. And so occasionally would say or do things that maybe subconsciously were intentionally agitational. And I know you're like falling off your chair right now. It's hard to
I'm
believe.
I'm shocked. I that doesn't sound like you at all.
And I do like the people at the front of the room, and I think they're doing good, smart work too. But they're doing the DC version of it, which is
Yeah.
very suit
Yeah.
and talk to a lot of suits, be a suit,
Yeah.
etc. And
Yeah.
this is when I'm like very grateful that I didn't take that path in my career, because I'm sitting here exhausted from dealing with that energy,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Almost as though that's not what is energizing for you.
it truly is wild. Like, this is only the second time I've ever been to DC.
Okay.
So I came one
Yeah.
other time. Um, I came in January 2017 for the Women's March.
When I was also there, by the way. Also my first
That was
time to
you
DC.
beside me. Um, but that was my first time coming to DC. I never did a field trip or anything here. And so and it was literally, I think I was here for one night. Like I literally flew in, stayed with a friend,
Yep.
and I remember marching by the Washington Monument and being like, "Oh, there it is." Huh. And marching by the Cap. It was like a weird
Yep.
tour of DC. I was like, "Oh, the Capitol building. Huh, there it is." And like and then I scuttled back to the airport and flew back to Chicago. And that was that, you know?
Yep.
And so this time I like, it's an interesting city. I've been to Baltimore multiple times. I love Baltimore. It's
Oh
actually,
yeah.
I've so many times thought about moving there. I love it. Such a good art town. And like if you're going to be on the East Coast, I really think it's one of the best cities to live in on the East Coast. Um, but DC is just interesting, man. There's a lot of, the industry of the city is weird,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you know?
Totally. Yeah.
Very interesting. And then I had a couple meetings outside of the main meetings I was here for with all those folks. And it's like, I don't know how many times I can hear the word lobbying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn. Whew, I am already weary. I don't know.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm just like, Tony's waiting on me. I gotta go. Like,
I gotta go. Got a gal waiting for me at home.
oh, anyway, what's making you I feel like my answer's already done. This is just all ridiculous.
It's excellent. I mean, this morning, I feel like my answer to this question is almost always my children, which is fine because that's most of who I'm interacting with every day. Um,
And they're hilarious.
and they are hilarious. This morning in particular, so we're having one of Laura's colleagues and his partner over for dinner
Oh,
tonight.
okay.
And so we were telling the kids this. And just like letting them know like we're gonna order dinner tonight, we're gonna get pizza. These people are coming over, whatever. And one of my children, you know which one, um, as I'm walking him to school,
Uh-huh.
he is like, wait, who's coming over? And I tell him, and he's like, wait, are they friends? And I said, no, they're husbands, they're married. Fuck, I said his name. My child goes, um, they're married, so they're gay. And I said,
I really hope you just said no, you're gay.
well, well, then I said, yeah, they're gay. He goes, oh, okay. And I was like, what? And he was like, are you gay? To me. And I
Of
said,
course.
yes, I'm gay. You know that I'm gay. Is this new information? And then he said, am I gay? And
Good
I
question.
said, well, I can't answer that for you, right? That's like something that you'll discover on your own. And he was like, oh God, I hope I'm not gay. I hope I'm not gay.
And what did you say to that?
I said, yeah, me too. No, I'm kidding. I said, what did I say? I mean, I had to take a minute to collect myself because in this whole interaction, I'm just like, what is this? And he does this a lot. Like,
Of
I think
course.
he is like, sometimes he's testing to see if I'm really listening to him.
Yeah.
So he'll just say something very provocative and to
Mm-hmm.
like try to get a reaction. And if
Yep.
I'm not paying attention, I won't react. Or sometimes I won't react because I don't want to give a reaction.
Right. Sure.
So it's sometimes it's hard to tell. And this is a common one because he knows that when he's like, why are you gay? Or like, what if I don't, one time it was like, what if I don't like gay people?
Mm.
I was like, that's really tough because you're being raised by two of them. That's hard. I don't know. Like, um, but no, he said he didn't want to be gay. And my response to that was kind of like, well, being gay isn't really something that you necessarily choose. We
Mm-hmm.
don't really choose what we feel. Um, I don't think any of us, picked being gay or wanted to be gay. We just are.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, "Well, what if I am?" And I said, "Then you will be. I don't. It'll be
Right.
fine." Then we went into a whole conversation of, are you okay? Him asking me, "Are you okay with people knowing you're gay?" And I was
I feel
like,
like we did a whole podcast episode about it. Is gay okay? We'll find out.
"Yes." By the way, he has heard the podcast, this one,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
and he has asked if we can have a podcast, he and I, about Roblox. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to talk about Roblox that much.
If he could navigate back and forth a bit longer, like if he could hold that, I would be thoroughly entertained by a Roblox podcast of you knowing nothing and asking him dumb questions about it. I would listen to that. And I couldn't give a shit. I don't even really, again, I was literally reading the Wikipedia about Roblox last time I was at your house because I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
What does it mean? Um, yeah, that I would listen to. That would be hilarious to me.
I mean, well, it might be in the future because he's asking for it. So all of that is to say my child's homophobic, and that's what's making me laugh. It is. It's interesting. It's like the number one thing that my kids will,
Yeah.
especially, I mean, I have a couple kids who like really have emotion dysregulation stuff, and when they're really, really upset, all they want is to have somebody join them in that feeling. And so the quick way to get there is to like be super insulting or be super mean because you're upset. And so for both of them, it's very common for them to try to like call us gay as like a negative thing. And it's like, I'm not a middle schooler. Like I don't feel insecure that you're calling me gay. I married a woman. I'm
Right.
publicly gay. He was asking me today, are you okay with people knowing you're gay? Do our neighbors know that you're gay? And he's whispering now, by the way,
Right.
which have you ever heard this child whisper?
I can't imagine. I literally can't begin to
We
imagine.
were we were whispering because we were out on the street and
Oh,
because he was
sure.
briefly worried that perhaps I was closeted, that perhaps people wouldn't know I was gay. Can we take a moment for that? That maybe someone would see me and think, look at that heterosexual young woman.
I mean, that's what I thought when I met you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like straight as the days are long.
Look at her in that camo jacket. Look at that straight lady.
Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very fascinating to me, the different levels of experience kids have with navigate. It's also interesting because like they don't even have really sexuality yet.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like explaining gay is fascinating. It like I always flip it. I'm like, imagine trying to explain straight. Like it's just like explaining being drawn to a person to where you want to touch them is
Yeah.
weird and challenging and like and complicated because it's like okay but there are boundaries and you don't there's things called consent and like da 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 da
Yeah.
and so it's what a nuanced thing to have to try to talk about with I mean adults can't even do it so like with fully developed brains so it's like I don't know how anyone's gonna do it with less but um yeah like with one of my nieces that I've explained gay multiple times, often because I'm talking about you and that you married a wife.
I married a wife.
and,
Married to a wife.
uh-huh.
The Aubrey Henderson story.
and and it is really funny because like the conversation goes multiple ways depending on the day. Like there was one time that I was like, "Do you know what gay means?" You know, because she's asked me about Trump and things like that, and I've said like I
That you love him and you're a big supporter of his and
well, I just whip my hat out.
yeah, right, exactly. If you just wear that bad
I'm like,
boy,
babe, just read my shirt. What do you mean? Like, obviously.
there's going to be no question about where
Yeah.
you stand.
No one's confused. Anyway, she she's asking about him and then like and so I was explaining that like, in kid terms, it's like, he doesn't like a lot of people. And he's very mean to a lot of people. So farmers, any black or brown person, um, and I mentioned gay people because we hadn't gotten to trans yet. So I was like, let's,
Sure.
you know, there's a really good comedian, Amy. What is her last name? I'll think of it and put it in the show notes. But she's a terrific New York comedian that I highly recommend. Does a lot of the queer comedy shows all over the city. Terrific. But she has a joke about coming out as pansexual to her parents. And she's like, when you're teaching someone math, you don't start with trigonometry. You start
Yes.
with basic addition. So she's
Yep.
like, so I said I was bi at first.
Yep.
and,
Right.
and then I was like, let me explain later. So anyway, it's a great joke and she does her delivery is fantastic. So again, I'll put her name in because she's just terrific and I want her to get all the fans. She's great. But um, anyway, um, so I said, he doesn't like gay people. And then she just kind of sat there and I was like, do you know what gay means or is? And she was like, I mean, I think so. And I was like, what do you think? And then she just kind of sat there silent, looking around, and I was like, it's okay if you don't know. And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, what is it? And I was like, it just means you can like anyone. So like a girl can like a boy, a girl can like a girl, a boy can like a girl, a boy can like a boy. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I left it at that. And she's like, oh, okay. I was like, you know, I am, right? And she was like, no. Okay. It's like, great. But then
Yep.
fast forward like 6 months later, and I'm talking about you, and and she wants to see pictures of you and your family. So I'm showing pictures from the holidays, and your lovely wife Laura is in a picture, and she's like, "Wait, who's that?" And I was like, "That's Laura. That's AJ's wife." And she like we were laying down in bed, like just like talking in bed, like scrolling, and she like sits up and goes, "She married a wife." It's like she sure did.
She
And
married
I'm
a
like,
wife.
I'm like, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh. Like this is a learning moment. Like we're gonna talk about this. You can't laugh right now.
We are building her beliefs about sexual orientation right now, brick by fucking brick. Do not screw this up.
So I was like, don't laugh,
This
don't
is
laugh.
foundational shit.
Which is obviously as soon as she fell asleep, I texted you. I was like, oh my God, she said you married a wife. You married a wife?
I married a wife.
um,
I sure did. Locked it down.
and I said, yeah, remember when we talked about gay? Like people.
Okay, that was payback for all the times I do that same shit to you and say something really funny as soon as you've taken a huge gulp of a beverage when we're talking about gay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It's fascinating though, because I always want to make sure that I'm like not using othering language when I describe these things, that I'm like, could be you. And
yeah,
you
totally,
don't know
totally.
that.
Yeah,
And so I'm like, I try to be very, it's a delicate line to walk when they're that little, I'm like,
oh, absolutely.
I'm not trying to like, I just want you to know that all things are possible,
Yeah.
you know? And then on the other spectrum, my friends' kids are like 8 years old, and like I use they them pronouns now. Gender illusion. And I'm like, whoa, you
Oh,
even
yeah,
like you're amazing. What the fuck?
absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm
Yeah,
so
it is
jealous of those
interesting.
kids. I legit am jealous of those kids.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is amazing to see like what a different experience it is to be a child also in the world right now and the way kids can or can't access information and but
Mm-hmm.
also like the disparity and like the difference in where a child, not only what kind of home a child grows up in, what kind of school community they're a part of,
Yes,
so many factors.
100%. And just um like based on how they present, or based on how the world sees them rather,
Yeah,
what the world is going to say to them and what the world is going to put on them and all of that. It's just different and fascinating, and
absolutely.
often upsetting. Anyway, so that so
So there's that. So anyway,
that
there's
that
that.
happened. So gay happened,
So
and
gay. Now that we've covered gay,
well, thank God we're straight, right? Whew.
I mean, I thank God every day, personally.
I think
No, I do actually thank God for making me gay on a regular basis. I legitimately, and I've written about this. This is like, I really am like, oh, thank God.
yeah.
Thank God. I feel that I don't remember who it was, but I was seeing a comedian talking about this, being like, just feeling like the people who are going through it the most right now are heterosexual women. And not specifying like a racial identity or any other identity, but
Yeah.
like straight women. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Like dealing with a husband right now,
Oh,
boyfriend
can
would
you
be,
fucking imagine?
I profoundly can't. I mean, like, made a lot of life choices to ensure that's not what I'm dealing with.
Hello.
But I'm
Like,
like, yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, one of the things I asked that I think some people were open to, other people, everyone in the room at these meetings was like down, but like I asked a question that was a bit like unnamed, we'll say.
Yeah.
because everyone in this room is mobilizing people and activating people and all of that.
Uh,
And there were, so there's about 50 people in the room. I think four were dominantly presenting straight white men. Okay. Now, conversely, two of the speakers out of five were straight white old men. So that's an interesting statistic difference.
huh.
Um,
Huh.
yeah, they both had president in their titles, so that's fascinating too.
Huh.
Um, but um, but I was like, everyone in that room, our work is engaging humans to care and do stuff. And so there was a panel and they were asking if there's any other questions. And it just popped in my mind because I was like, I we talk about this, we talk around this stuff a lot, or we talk on the other side of it a lot. But like, I was like, does anyone have any recommendations or advice for engaging two demographics that I'm thinking about? One is youth, specifically youth that are very phone oriented or technology oriented.
Mhm.
Um, like, and I think about this a lot because to your point, they know like kids now have access to know anything they want whenever they want.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
where is the incentive to be curious, to make a choice of what you want to learn or not learn? It doesn't matter now. Like it's all there for you.
Yep.
And I think that's a real burden actually. And I was actually writing about that this morning while I was having breakfast. I am considering like I might actually try to write an article about that. I don't know. Um but then the other demographic is straight white men.
Yep.
Like I don't know how you engage them. And you know, the responses were interesting to me because you could kind of tell that people put their own narrative on what they have experienced. Like their narrative clicked in versus
Yeah.
like an open curiosity. And because I described, like I'm a facilitator and I'm often facilitating pretty large rooms. And I would say 9 times out of 10, I can tell you where the straight white men will be, which is the back of the class. When I ask them to do any type of like pair and share, group discussion, journaling prompt, um, any activity like that, I dominantly will see arms crossed, laptop open, things like this, right? There's usually one or two of them that I can tell want to get in there, but they're like feeling like junior high torn, like, oh no, what do I do? And I
Yeah.
usually try to go rescue them from the herd. but like, but I'll even go back there, and like, because, as a facilitator, you go and try to engage the people who um, aren't engaged. And even then, like, I mean, the body language is everything. It's always this,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
always. And, um, and so anyway, one of the responses was like, I think it means a lot to like set the table where they're welcome and not like name them as straight white men or whatever. And I was like, well,
No.
I don't like it's to be clear, I'm not yelling at these people. like, I've never yelled at a straight white man, actually. Not about being a straight white man. I have yelled at straight white men. Usually
I
get
never
the
have.
fuck out of my way on the sidewalk or other such instances. But like
Sure.
never once have I been like, you're a straight white man. And but then after, so I could tell that people are a bit like, eesh, like assholes clenched a little bit on that one. But then after, when we were walking out, like four people came up to me and were
Of
like,
course.
hey, actually, I've been thinking about that too. It's a really interesting question. And like then they started talking about like the age differences. They were like college aged straight white men seem to be more willing to engage. But like
Yep.
that millennial sect less so and the older sect less so. But
Yeah.
then if you can get them like in a group. So the number of people that were like, men's groups, you got to start men's groups. And I'm like, I am so activated by that. I can't even. And they're like talking about churches having like the, you know, women's group and men's group. And I was like, having been in a women's group when I was in college, trying to be a Christian, literally learning unsafe things that like knowing that my at the time cis hetero male partner was learning also in the men's group about me, I was like, ah.
Fuck no.
No, I was
No.
like, I and I get why they were saying that. They're like, they're just not going to engage unless you give them that space, that they
Sure.
for sure they feel threatened by your even presence. Like they're not the ones speaking at the front, they're not going to engage. And and then one guy that was like, so he was like, at volunteer events when I have, and I do this as well, I was like, yes, this is an area I've had success, but like literally tapping into their ego and being like, I need some really strong people over here. Who's the strongest? Come on, guys. Brr, brr, brr. Mm-hmm.
No.
Which
Oh,
it's like, I'm like, but the like, this is a room of people from across the country, super diverse, and this is the best that we can come up with. So like, we don't have an answer to this. And the reason I brought it up was because I was like, the manosphere is getting them. So like,
yeah,
they're
because
so we've got
we
to do something else, you know?
the something else, this is what I'm going to offer my 2 cents here. This has nothing
Give
to
it to
do
me.
with
You can give me 100 cents.
this has no
I
application to
want a
your
dollar.
work. To be clear, no application probably to your work, but a lot of application to mine. So this is how I know that like this is not my ministry because I see why it is important to find
Mm-hmm.
ways to bring cis straight white men to the table and get them
Mm-hmm.
engaged. I completely. I'm so glad that there are people who are thinking about this and working on it. I personally believe that other cis hetero men need to be focused on doing that. That to
I
me
agree.
feels like mostly their work. And there are good ones out there who give a shit and who want
I
to do that
agree.
work. So great. For me personally,
Yeah,
I'm not interested in making any space more comfortable for straight white men.
exactly.
Because the whole world is
Exactly.
comfortable for them.
Exactly. Right.
So they'll be fine.
Right.
What I'm actually now interested in is liberating women from being trapped in relationships with these men
Absolutely.
and teaching people that their relational energy is a resource,
That's
that
right.
they have a decision about whether or not to share, right? We have choices about who we're fucking, whose children we're raising, whose
That's right.
house we're cleaning.
Right.
Let's stop doing that. What happens if we stop, like literally what happens if I say if your husband is an ICE agent, you should divorce him?
Right.
Like if your dude that you're sleeping with is a Trump supporter, stop fucking him. Like
That's right.
stop doing that. That you
I'll
can.
see you in the camps, babe.
What'd you say?
I said I'll see you in the camps, babe.
I'll see you in the camp. Yeah, no kidding. Jesus. I mean, obviously
But
already,
seriously, like
but like,
you're right. No, you're 100% right. I like but and that's why I was like, these answers aren't working for me. I hear what you're saying. I hear what they're saying. I get it. But again, to me, I'm like, and I remember, so I used there was a straight white guy that I worked with years and years ago, and I remember telling him like, go get your people, like go get them. They will listen to you. They won't listen to me.
yeah,
Like I know this. I've been screaming my whole life. No one like that sect specifically couldn't give a shit.
yeah.
Um, and historically the only time they did is if there was like fuckability involved, and then I shaved my head and they were really like, oh, we don't even see you anymore. They were like, never mind, I can't fuck you anymore. So what's the use? Which honestly
Incredible.
wildly freeing. Honestly, like cutting out that gaze was, I like literally cutting it out. It was one day this was happening to me when I walked on the street. the next day, done, just gone. Incredible. Like that. And it took like 15 minutes. Zoop, done.
So there's another intervention. Shave your fucking head if you can handle it emotionally. I cannot. So, but if if you want to shave your head, call Adriana. If you want to get a divorce and get coached through it, call me. Okay? Those are your two choices.
If you want to do both, we will do a dual coaching session. That's fine.
We can have a joint Zoom call with you.
I will
It'll look
shave.
just like this.
I will guide you on the shave while being guided on the divorce. Honestly, shaving your head might get you a divorce if
Ooh,
you are
great.
married to a straight white man.
We can facilitate the divorce.
Can you imagine what a straight white man would do coming home to that? There's actually, you know what? There's an episode of Friends about this. Ross dates someone who had a shaved head. It's actually the actor who plays the woman with the shaved head is from the Brady Bunch and was married to Ben Stiller for a long time. They might still be, but I think they.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah.
She plays a very free spirit who is a hottie obs in a conventional manner and had shaved her head in the past, grew her hair back. Ross dates her, and then Rachel, because she's jealous, convinces her to shave her head again. And Ross is like, "You ruined my beautiful girlfriend." Mm-hmm. Gorgeous. Love it. 10 out of 10. Come on.
Yes. If there's anything that you could, I want anyone who's listening to this to stop and think about your relationship for a second if you're in one. I'm serious.
Yep. Yep.
If there's anything you could do to your own appearance and body that you could come home and your significant other saw it and it would, aside from just being surprised, would be upset with you.
That's right.
Something's wrong.
That's right.
Something's wrong, right? And it's fine. It's one thing. If I shaved my head and I came home, my wife would be shocked.
Yes, she would.
Mostly I think she would be like, "Oh, I last time you did this, you were really upset and I had to support you a lot through it, and so I wish we talked about it first."
Right.
But like for somebody else to be upset about a thing you're doing to your own body because it makes you less attractive to them and to be genuinely upset about that or to want to break up with you over it, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. I don't know.
Honestly, Ross is a great example of red flags if you want to watch Friends again and just like mark
just across the board. Man,
Ross is a great example. I've been rewatching Friends for whatever fucked up reason. I think because I truly don't have to think during it. But then I do because obviously I made my chart last night, and so like it does make me think about sociology all the time. But I've been watching it, and the horror I feel at Ross being considered a good guy is intense.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all like, it's obviously famously a homophobic show. There's like, I think 3 Black people ever on the show, all women, all love interest for Ross. And yes, I also noted that there's an episode where Ross is seen very specifically. You can see the cover of the book and it's race something. He is meant to be, because he's the academic of the herd, so he is meant to be the gold star, right? And but it's fascinating. I mean, again, the no homo vibes are very intense.
Yeah.
The like wild fat phobia. I mean, while watching these women be very like unhealthily thin. And watch, it's interesting too, because I literally watched, I was like, oh, Jen Aniston just came back this season with like even smaller arms and more bones exposed on her chest.
Oh yeah.
And let alone watching plastic surgery happen over the years with her and Monica, the whatever that
Courtney Cox.
Yeah. And I will say it's like Lisa Kudrow is a nice balance to everything on the show.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And still I think is like, I mean, I don't know if she's had work done, maybe she has, like I wouldn't know, but like visibly she does look like she is a normal human body aging and doing normal aging things. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, so I've been doing like a an academic watch, I guess, of Friends, deconstructing it all. But anyhow, um, I realize that I don't remember if it's my turn or your turn to ask a question, but I do have a question prepared in the
Oh,
event.
good. It is your turn.
Okay, cool. I
Yeah.
always have one ready because I never honestly know.
No, it's hard to keep track.
Yeah. Um, okay, this is like hard left turn. Okay.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me prepare myself.
Okay, deep breath.
Okay, I'm ready.
What is your relationship to Valentine's Day?
Okay. Uh, okay. I like Valentine's Day. Um, always have enjoyed Valentine's Day. It's, I mean, I of course have, the same sense that it's very like commercialized. It's a capitalist holiday with people would like us to spend ridiculous amounts of money on things because it's Valentine's Day, whatever.
Yeah.
Very similar to how I would feel about, like Christmas. I try to approach it not from a super like, oh, this is just a reason to spend money we don't have on stuff we don't really enjoy doing. Um, but no, I mean, so Laura and I do always try to do some kind of like date around Valentine's Day, not necessarily on, because on Valentine's Day, it's a lot of places, I mean, especially in New York, a lot of places are busier. It's
It's
never on a
literally a tourist
convenient day.
destination for Valentine's Day. Like people go to New York for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's a, I don't have that quite that level of romanticizing it. Um, like we wouldn't probably do like we're not the people who would do like a Valentine's Day trip.
Sure.
It's not that central to us, but we will, we do Valentine's. Um, we usually give each other a card. We usually do like an experience together. For a couple of years, we would buy like a piece of art together or like something for our home together for Valentine's Day. We didn't really stick to that. She and I like, which I think I've talked about this on the pod before, but maybe not. Laura and I have kind of like given up on gift giving. Not
Yeah.
given up, that's not a nice way to
Yeah.
put it, but like we don't really do like I got you a surprise gift for this holiday where it's expected, which is really nice. It's just like because both of
Yeah.
us got really stressed out about it and then it like wasn't fun anymore.
Totally.
Um, so to replace that, we were like choosing pieces of art that we would pick out, and then it became like, let's go have an experience together. Let's just go have a nice dinner. Let's just like have a date.
Sure.
Um, So we mostly do that for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Um, I'm big on like friend Valentines as well, so I typically will like mail my friends something for Valentine's Day, or like if I'm gonna see people on Valentine's Day, I like to not for you, sorry. You haven't reached that echelon yet. Can you imagine if I was being serious right now?
I love imagining. I honestly, the best thing you could do for me is really not send me anything so that I have to live through. I think that would just be hilarious. Like keep the bit going. Like you're saying it is a joke now, but then really nothing does show up.
Well, it's too late because there's already something that's going to be showing up. So we can't do the bit now. Um, but no, I like sending like little things, or on Valentine's Day if I'm gonna go be around people, if I have meetings, whatever, I'll bring like candies or like,
Sure.
I like the like cutesy little
Absolutely.
stuff. And then of course having school age kids
Sure.
means that they all like to do stuff for Valentine's Day as well. So we end up typically I let them at this point, they each choose a type of candy that they want to bring in and hand out to people on Valentine's Day. One of my kids does have a significant other, so we usually choose a card or a gift or something for her. Um, yeah, I usually will make like last year I made. I wonder if I have them in here actually. Last year I made Oh no, they're in the other room. I'll show them at some point. But I made watercolor Valentines. Um,
Aw.
yeah, so and I saved them because I just was like, oh, these are cute. And my kids, of course, like looked at them and they were like, oh, thanks, Mom, and then left them on the table. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm keeping these.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so we definitely observe it. I like it. I like, I like to wear red or pink on Valentine's Day. I like the,
Cute.
cutesiness of it. Um, yeah.
Do you have a Valentine's Day from your adolescence or younger years that sticks out to you as significant?
I, well, first of all, just Valentine's Day when we were kids, my memory of Valentine's Day is that like it was kind of expected that everyone would bring in Valentines for the whole class, that you would fill out the things with like to this person from this
Totally.
person for your class. And then everybody would create like little containers
Yes.
that we would then go around and put people's Valentines in them. Schools don't do that here. Maybe they don't do it anywhere anymore, but they definitely don't do it in New York. And that makes me really sad because I like miss that. And now that I'm saying it, I'm like, maybe I will have this be a craft project with my children and we'll do it just at my house with the six of us.
I think that your kids, because they all have such unique interests, would have a blast picking out their little like shitty cardboard, like perforated
Oh
Valentine,
yeah. Oh, we do
right?
that sometimes. Yeah, the picking out the ones from like Dollar Tree has the best
Yes,
selection.
that's right. That's right. I
Yes,
still give them
although
as an adult. I love giving people this. I think it's so much fun.
last year I got them from Target. Sorry, I know we're not because I'm
Because
a
you
people
hate
person.
everyone. You hate
Because I
everyone and
hate
hope we all die.
everybody. I don't support the movement, and I basically am a Trump supporter at this
It's okay.
point.
You didn't cross a picket line. That's
But last year at Target, they had scratch and sniff Valentines that were little cartoon pizzas, and the scratch and sniff set was pizza scented.
that's disgusting and I love it.
They were so weird, and I handed them out to everyone. They were amazing. I think I still have some, so you better watch out, because
I'm
if I
obsessed.
do, you could expect a second piece of mail that smells like fucking pizza.
Pizza
Um,
cardboard, yes.
Pizza cardboard.
Oh my God,
Yum.
you should cut up like the greasy bottom of a pizza box and send that out and it's
And just mail it to you.
call it a scratch and sniff pizza scent.
Oh my God.
I mean,
That's
honestly, I love that smell. Those shitty, gross boxes after, it just smells like pizza.
That's what this fucking scratch and sniff card smells like. I swear to God, I'm gonna find some and I'm gonna send one to you. But yeah, so I don't know. But you know what? I do have a Valentine's Day memory,
Okay.
which is that I think I may have told you part of this story, but I haven't told the pod, so obviously we're gonna rehear it
Let
now.
the people know.
Let the people know.
They
And
deserve
he's
it.
frankly, I'm going to mention someone from my childhood who's probably listening to this. Kenny, if you're out there, this one's for
Oh,
you, babe.
Kenny is such a sweet name, by the way.
Kenny.
I just love it.
So when I was in fourth grade, I
Hmm.
had a classmate named Kenny,
Hmm.
and he sent me a Valentine, but like an e-card on like AOL Messenger.
Fuck yes.
And was like, "Will you be my Valentine?" And I was like, "Oh my God, like he's cute, like whatever." I was like, this was, I think, fourth grade is still a little bit before like there are kids who are popular and kids who are like not popular so much. But
Yeah.
he went on to be like a football player and was like a popular kid, and
This
I
does
was
indicate that you went to a bigger school because it was established by kindergarten. I'm not even joking. Who was going to be in what? There were
okay.
like three or four defectors from their sect by junior high, but outside of those, it remained.
That's really interesting. I mean, I think I could have told you that Kenny was going to be a football player and but like, or that he was going to play sports, but
Sure.
like, I don't know that it was established that early for us. How big was your graduating class again?
Like 90.
Okay. So I went to a school a little over twice the size of yours. So yeah, so it was a little different. But yeah, so anyway, we were
Oh,
we
but sorry, in elementary school, it was less than that because high school was three different schools came together to make that 90.
Okay, got it. So it was a smaller group of you. Okay. Well, no, it was still a couple hundred of us
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
in fourth grade. And we were in 4E, and me and Kenny. And yeah, he sent me an AOL e-card with a little bug with a heart that said, like, will you be my Valentine? And then we would chat on AOL Instant Messenger, and he was playing um, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, which had just come out, and was asking me for tips on how, because he knew that I had played it, and in my family we had beat it. My brother and I played these video games together. We big Nintendo 64 family. And so I helped him to beat the game. And then it quickly became revealed that he only asked me to be his Valentine so I could help him cheat and beat this game.
Penny, I had so much hope for you.
Yeah. So obviously I was heartbroken. This is why I've turned into the evil, hateful feminist that I am
Made
now.
you gay.
He made me gay. He made me hate men. No, I don't hate men. I just am really trying to raise ones that don't look like, you know, um,
We just want better behavior. We're not asking for much.
I'm not asking for the world here,
And
really.
again, there's quite a handful that I like.
There are. I.
Okay, so Kenny ruined your life.
Yes, Kenny ruined my life.
You've been thinking about it every day since.
I've just never let it go. No, I mean, yeah, I don't know. That is a memory I have that I believe is attached to Valentine's Day because I do remember that being a like, will you be my Valentine
Sure.
moment. Um,
Cute.
but yeah, so funny. So anyway, yeah, that was maybe an early indicator that my future with men was not long for this world. Well, and
Um,
even people that I went on to date who, when we started dating, would have described themselves as men, would go on not to.
yep. Yeah, you and
So
I are terrific converters. Yet
yeah.
again, honestly, if you're listening to this or watching this and you currently identify as a cis hetero male and you have fucked either of us, I just want you to take a good, long, hard look and say, what is going on?
Hmm.
Interesting. And I want
Hmm.
you to know it's okay. It's safe. It's okay.
It's okay to just be who you are,
It's
okay?
okay.
Listen, it's okay to like whatever this is.
I'm saying, I'm saying.
It's fine, but it does mean that you're probably not just straight up hetero.
That's right.
There's a little something
Your
going
pie chart is interesting.
on.
Let me put it, you have a pie chart.
There's a pie chart. There
There's
is a
a
pie
pie chart.
chart, and there are different slices. Now we
That's,
can't
yes,
the size of the
that's
slices,
right.
that's
No
up to
idea.
you, okay?
No idea.
No idea, not claiming to know. We do know that we can confirm the presence of the pie chart, however.
Right. And that there are indeed slices. Um, that's hilarious. That made me think because uh I love those little dumb cardboard Valentines. I just think it's
Yeah.
the funniest, cutest thing. Um, I obviously went through my phase of like fuck Valentine's Day. I hate it. Da 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 da. Like it's bullshit. It's commercial. Blah, blah, blah. And like all of that is true. And um, I still think it's fun to be nice to people, and I like gift giving, and
Yep.
I like spoiling people. And so
No.
a special day to do that is
No
delightful for
way.
me.
This doesn't match my experience
Doesn't
of you
track.
at all. Oh.
Um, I I actually ended up being kind of like it's one of the things in Parks and Rec that I don't like is the Galentine's Day thing because I'm like, why not prioritize your friendships on Valentine's Day as well? Like, why do we have to make a whole separate day? I don't like I but then again I do have romantic friendships. I like if I love a person regardless of the fucking or not, I love intensely. That's just who I am. And
Yeah.
so um like segregating that doesn't really make sense to me. But anyway, that said, I'm like happy that people like whatever, create another day, that's fine, do you. Whatever for all for all of those women who are still with those men, if they need a special day, that's fine. I think first of all, I since I know you're on your Bob's Burgers journey, I can't recommend the Valentine's Day episode in like season 1 or 2 enough. It
Okay.
is one of my favorite episodes ever. I think about it like a weird amount. I find it very like both the children's path and the adult path is just terrific.
Amazing.
Um and yeah, I um so yeah, I mean, I don't have like a tradition or a thing I do regularly or anything for friends or partners in the past, but I the thing that I'm remembering right now is that um the like candy grams in high school
Yeah.
and which is a devastating concept. That is what school shouldn't be doing, by the way. Like
Yes. Absolutely.
that is fucked up. It is fucked up. Who here is loved? Not you. And um yeah. And also just putting it on blast for people to be like, I'm gonna what vulnerably put myself out there and send this person something and then watch them get one from everyone. And then, what are they and then what's that poor kid's they're a kid and they're getting all of this. I mean, it just reminds me of like the slut shaming of any of the conventionally hot like girls in high school
Mm.
and that like they're asking for this or something and I'm like I still have like honestly some guilt over one of my friends in high school that got so much attention from guys and she was brilliant and funny and like just a
Yeah.
person
A person.
and she
Yeah.
couldn't help how she looked when she grew up, like it just is what it is. And when I tell you, holy shit, holy shit, the attention that she did not ask for.
Yeah.
And I still think about like what that must have done to her. um but anyway, um but I do remember those suckers were awesome. They were a
The
little
little
heart. They're,
heart, the like
yes,
flat heart
yes,
lollipops. Yeah, yeah, in
yes.
the
Honestly,
clear.
delicious. I
So
love
good. Oh yeah.
like, and I
Yeah.
honestly don't know where you get that kind of. I would love to just buy a lollipop that tastes like that. That's delicious. And you know what it tastes like? A Luden's cough drop.
You're so right.
I
You're
think
so right.
maybe Luden's is behind the whole thing.
It's a Luden's is behind all of Valentine's Day. This is like a huge front.
Breaking news.
This is where they make all their
Scandal.
money. Fuck the cough drops. It's all in Valentine's Day.
That is exactly what they taste like, I'm realizing.
Yeah, those are
But
great.
yes, I do remember those. I also remember that like at our school, some parents would send balloons to school for their kids. And one year my mom did do it, and then she didn't do it again. And I think because she was like, this is fucked up. Like she was, I mean, she was just a mom, like my age, trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I think it probably was her trying to like, you know, keep up with
Yeah.
the moms who could afford that and had the time to do that.
Yeah.
Um, and but I do think it like she didn't do it again, and I think that's probably because like she realized how fucked up that is.
Yeah.
Um, and I think about that a lot. The number of times at school, and I get that like life's not fair, we get it, blah blah blah. But it's just like at school, like I mean, can't we just have one place where the kids can go and like expect the same treatment, or like you know what I mean, like where we don't
Yeah.
have to do the like you have more
Yeah.
money, so your shit is better. I mean, I remember, I mean, I feel this way with book fairs. That's why I really liked when I worked at New York Cares and we did book fairs for schools and it was just free. Like, and,
Yeah.
um, because like all of those bringing commerce into schools, just why did the kids have to learn that young, like that kind of shit? Like, I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. No,
not,
I'm with you.
it's not a nice thing to do, I don't think. But anyway, Valentine's Day, yeah, I don't have like any massive tradition with it. And I mean, it probably comes as no surprise that when I have had partners, I've done a lot for them on those days.
Yeah.
Um, and I think the last person I was with, I didn't do as much because I was very conscious in that relationship, trying not to do the most. And I was in other ways, but in the like gift giving area, I tried to tone it down. Um, yeah, I didn't have a Kenny for Valentine's Day. I do love. There's something about you describing the e card at that time that I love because I remember when this is not Valentine's Day, but we used to get our oil changed at the Jiffy Lube in Greenfield, Indiana.
Uh-huh.
And
Shout out.
shout out Jiffy Lube in Greenfield, Indiana. And it was one of those very boring things that you just had to go with your parents to do because
Yeah.
like my dad usually was at work, so like my on the weekend, my mom was like, well, get in the car, we're gonna go do errands. And I just remember sitting and being so bored for like the 20 minutes, I'm sure it was. And it was forever. And well, they changed the oil, and the guy working the desk that day was like, I have something to show you. And he got a floppy disk out and put it in the computer that they had there behind the desk. And it was an e card, like a pixelated e card of like Santa and his reindeer. And it was like, I forget what it was, but it was some joke. And it basically landed with them crashing, not in a violent way, in a funny way. Okay. But it was like very funny. And like, I was like, oh my God, I love this. And he gave me the floppy disk. And I went home and just kept putting it in the computer.
Oh my God. I love that.
It was the sweetest thing. And my mom was like, you really don't have to. And he was like, oh, I don't care, whatever. And like, so sweet. It's,
That's really cute.
but that like literally on, I'll never like, yep, for our younger listeners, floppy disks.
We don't have those. We literally don't have those based on, well, at least not on Spotify.
Yeah. Oh my God, what if we started recording the pod and putting it on only on floppy disks?
Don't don't tease me with a good time.
I
Please.
mean,
If you're saying this, we have to actually do it. We have to start distributing.
what a time, right? Floppy disks were pretty great because they didn't have I remember when everything moved to CD-ROMs and the the risk potential for errors was greater because they were so fragile and delicate. Like if you scratched it even a little, like your game or your music or whatever wasn't going to work as well.
Yeah,
But the floppy was pretty sturdy despite the name.
despite the name.
They
That's
really
right.
weren't that floppy.
No, they weren't.
No. I'm sure it stands for something I'm sure it's an acronym of something that I have no idea about. But um all of that stuff is very like I don't understand how it works. Like
Oh yeah. No. No, no,
kind of
no.
like electricity, like no matter how many times it's explained to me, I'm like, it's magic. It's just magic. There's just no way. And to be fair, all of the people I know who like are electricians or amateur electricians describe it. They're like, to be honest, they're like, yeah, it does feel kind of like when you successfully run electric for a house or anything,
Yeah.
the feeling of doing it and it working is like everyone I've talked to is like it does kind of feel like magic when you do it and you're like holy shit,
Yeah.
I just did that. What the fuck, you know? But like how an item holds information that then is on another thing, Honestly, photography is the same way. I'm like, I don't understand how images are captured. And I've read so many books about film photography, and I'll never understand. It's like it is magic.
Totally. No,
It
it's
is,
absolutely that's the only way my brain can classify it. I
yeah,
believe that there are more complex things happening,
sure,
and I believe that other people do understand it.
sure. No,
I It's not my brain. What is this vessel you're drinking from?
this is my water bottle that I got from Parsley Health when I was a client there.
Shout out.
I do recommend them actually. They're a holistic medicine practice in New York City. They are in other places, I think, but not Chicago, so it didn't really matter for me. But um, they really helped my life a lot, and they do take insurance, which is shocking because most holistic practitioners do not.
Love
But
that.
these are medical doctors and health coaches who take a more holistic approach to your health, and it's great.
I love that.
And when you start there, they give you a little pack of swag, including this glass water bottle.
Cute. We
It's
love to
my
see it.
travel one because it's smaller, so it fits in my bag better.
I
Yeah.
love that. Well, I mean, what a nice segue into what's keeping you alive.
Yeah. Well, uh, coffee
Sure.
right this minute. And you know what's keeping me alive right now is me. Today, I actually practiced not being the most. So, like, I have some stuff I need to get done that I have been letting stress me out.
Okay.
And like heightening it in my head to getting to that place of like, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't. And it's like, A, you can, you will. You don't have to right now. I bet if you just communicated and said, hey, I'm actually not going to get this done until this date. So here's my plan.
Yep.
And today I did that. And the person was like, great.
Okay.
Like they aren't thinking about it as intensely as you are. This is the message that for anyone who has a brain like mine,
Oh yeah.
other people, what is that from? There's someone, other people aren't thinking about you the way you're thinking about you. um, Someone says that in some sitcom somewhere. But yeah, I constantly am doing the most and overextending myself, and I don't feel great today. And so I was like, I'm just gonna, like, I could hustle today and like figure out, I check out right after this, I could figure out where to put my luggage and sit at a cafe and try to pound this out and then run to my flight and all of that. Or I could say Monday afternoon, it'll be to you. I've got time, no big deal. And then I could take my time checking out, stop by the post office, stop by this art museum, look at art that actually pours into me. Because right now
Love.
everything I've done has been pulling out.
Love.
And then pay $100 for a cab to the airport,
Ugh,
which was the
love.
other thought. I was like, oh, let's take the train, but it's like a bus to a train to a bus and all of that. And I was like, no, you have $100 right now. You're going to use it. And it is what it is. Um, so that and meditation, I have been meditating every day.
Mm,
And
love.
I've been, thanks to you, I have the Chani app and it's a great investment. Like it's
Shout
shocking
out.
stuff is in there for how cheap it is. I really was like hesitant on like paying for it, but now I'm like, what the fuck? Like I can't believe how much is in here.
It's a great
A
resource.
daily meditation?
It's
What
great.
the fuck?
It's
And
great.
I'm hesitant about guided meditations because they're honestly often like bullshit AI nonsense. And this is not that. And every single one has shocked me and moved me to my core in a way that I'm like, I love TM and I will continue practicing that. But these guided meditations have been delightful. And yeah, so thank you for that. What's keeping you alive?
I mean, I was gonna say good art. I'm in a couple different ways. So writing more, which is helping me. I'm doing well, I feel, with my intention so far for the year of trying to write something every day. I have been doing that. Um,
Fuck yeah.
there definitely have been days where I haven't, but I sort of, it feels important to be like, okay, that's fine. Like, I can write a little bit more the next day, or like I'll just make sure I don't skip another day. So that's been helpful because I am an all or nothing thinker.
Yep.
And so,
Can't relate.
if I miss one day, often my orientation is, well, fuck this goal, it's over now. But then I have to remind myself, no, you're trying to create a practice. So that means you have to practice doing it. It sucks,
It does.
but it's worth it. It's worth it. So I've been writing. That's felt really good. I've the main challenge for me is like just starting.
Yes.
And I do the thing where I tell myself, oh, I need to have like the perfect conditions. Maybe I'll go sit at a coffee shop and write. Maybe I'll sit at my desk and like, oh, there's my alarm telling me that we need to wrap up within 10 minutes.
Heard.
So we're on track. Um, I need to sit at my desk and have all of my like elements in place and light a candle and do the ritual of it, okay? Which all those things are nice and
Yeah.
fine.
Obviously. Yeah.
But the other day I was like, I had to stop and like have a conversation with myself, which by the way, picture me standing in my kitchen, alone in the house, literally speaking to myself. No, you don't need to go anywhere. Your laptop is right there. Grab it, put it on the kitchen counter, and stand here. And instead of standing here going like this on your phone, stand here and write something about what you're feeling instead of stuffing the feeling and dissociating. So I did. I did.
How'd that go?
And I wrote more than I've written in a long time, just standing there at my kitchen counter. So now that's my new practice is just when I'm finding myself standing at the kitchen counter, I grab my laptop or I open a note on my phone.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, that's been feeling really good. And then I am trying to take advantage of the many cultural institutions that we are members of here in Brooklyn and New York City more broadly. Um, yeah, I was doing a recap yesterday because I got myself an annual pass to MoMA,
Hmm.
which for those playing along at home is the Museum of Modern Art in Manhattan. And then Laura and I also got an annual family pass to the Brooklyn Museum because there are like members only events we want to go to.
Nice.
And then we also, of course, are members of the Brooklyn Children's Museum, of the Brooklyn Botanic Garden, of the New York City Transit Museum, all of these places.
Of course.
Um,
What wonderful citizens you are.
well, listen, just out here trying to like play my part in keeping these institutions afloat. But also like I just need things for my brain to do
Yes.
that are not like let me go I was telling you yesterday like let me go emotionally eat somewhere
Yep.
or let me go emotionally shop somewhere.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Boy, those are easier, aren't they?
Oh, they sure are and they're everywhere. It's available
It's
everywhere.
amazing how you keep feeling like shit though. Just keep
Yeah, right? It's almost like those things don't actually help as coping skills.
it's almost like they add to the problem. It's weird.
Oh, weird how that works. So yeah, so yesterday instead of eating food that I wasn't actually hungry for or buying things I didn't need, I did buy myself one thing, which was a year of unlimited free admission to the Museum of Modern Art. And I went and looked at some art that made me feel things, and um, that was good. And that's what I hope to continue doing. It does help me want to remain alive.
I love
Makes,
that.
makes a difference.
Again, it's the stuff that's pouring into us, right? Like investing in that, which is what, again, like the Chani app, I really was like this, like I woke up today and I did the meditation and I was like, this is valuable, man. Like I feel like I have invested in something that is actually going to pour into me.
I love that.
And I mean, this for me, like I do again like contribute to WBEZ and The Guardian and places like that, and like the Tribe locally in Chicago. Um, and so I get all their stuff daily or weekly, and like listening to WBEZ every morning has also been very helpful to me, rather than just doing a podcast again and again and again. Especially
Yeah.
because for whatever reason right now, what is not keeping me alive is celebrities. So
Oh,
I don't have any, even the ones I like, if I'm honest.
yep.
Normally
Yep.
I can't get enough of hearing from them, and right now I'm like, I am just a little weary of you at the moment, and I need a break. Um, and so I like WBEZ. I love like NPR writ large. Obviously has great programming, but I love a local NPR station and what they do. It's just always so funny, and obviously a good group of Midwesterners sitting down and talking about shit is just delightful.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it really is. There's one show that I want to send you because I just think you'll be like, holy shit, it is a kitchen table in Illinois. Like it
Yeah.
is just some people hanging out in the kitchen
I
talking.
love
It's
it.
so good. Um, but anyway, yeah, so we're alive. We live in another day.
Here we are.
Here
A,
we indeed
a
are.
better future is possible.
Amen. And anyway,
More soon.